Hey everybody, welcome to Crazy Gamers Models. How's it going? I am live. I'm just gonna make sure everything is working. I can get the chat going here. Okay, now I can see the chat. Okay, we are live. We are gonna be doing some stuff. I'm just gonna share the link here to the group and see if they just do this here. Oh, all right. Set to the group. Okay, so we should be good to go. Okay. All right, here we go. So, wow, we got two people in here already. I think one of them's me. Yeah, I get confused with that. One of them's me. All right. So, what do we got going on today? We have more of the King Tiger build review. I posted the first video that's not live in that where I went over the sprues in the box, what you get in the box. I'll be posting the second video where I talk about the instructions and some errors in there. And then I have a live stream yesterday that I built this first section here, skipped 1, 2, and 3 because they have you build the tracks and put them on a completed lower hull, which isn't done yet, which is weird. So that's my first issue with this. So I'm going to talk about fit issues, things like that. So got all this done. Let me show you what we got here. This is where we're at. I got the little mesh screens in. They were a little precarious yesterday. That's for the grease ports for the torsion bars, I believe. So this is where left off. So we got all that done, and then now we are on these steps here. And I have prepared the parts. So I got some other stuff going on in this video, in this live stream. So we get some more, we get a couple more viewers, I'll move on to the next item. If not, I'll just move on anyways. So we have this M10 and M8 right here. That's what I'm working on now. Just gonna use some quick setting here to be a quick set. If you have any questions about tools I'm using, anything like that, just let me know. I have links to a lot of stuff. If you want to link to the kit that I'm building, I have a link for the kit. Just let me know and I'll put it in the comments. So I just got that glued down like that. And we're going to glue on this piece. Yeah, it's going to go on weird like that. So there's two little notches in there. And that's going to meet up with that very precariously. I'm going to use regular extra thin. Get some glue on there. This is not the first low oh, I can't think of the word right now. Poor location. There's a couple parts in this kit that have poor location, like that part. In here, this section right here had poor location right here. It wanted to sit down at an angle because the slot it went in rested on these little latch covers here, so I had to square that up. These cross members, they didn't want to sit square, so that was a pain in the butt lining those up. This right here, there's a mark in there, but I don't know if you can see that. But the little spot that it in there is barely on there. So that was a little tricky. It kept wanting to lead over, but I got it in there. So that's basically where we're at on the lower hull, and we're working on this part here. So we're gonna do this Q72. This looks like it's gonna seat in here. Use some tweezers for this. Possibly. All right. Sorry, I go quiet when I concentrate. Yeah, I messed it up. Look at that. Isn't that the way it goes? You touch it, you mess it up. The way this is going, you may guys watch me spill glue everywhere and everything. There's that piece. Now we need. Now this looks like it goes through. Through there. I have to clean this part up, so I'm going to get out. Not that one. And I have a tool review of this on the channel. It's a N7 jewelry polishing tool. I can link it in the description if you're interested. But basically, it's on a variable speed foot pedal here, and you just come in here and clean up the parts. You control the speed. I can make it go faster or slower. And if it gets clogged up, I just brush off the debris, or right, if it gets too bad, I can brush some extra thin on there and it'll clean it right up. So, all right. There. This is nice for these little parts like this, because you can clean it up. You don't worry about damaging the part while trying to sand it or scrape it with a knife. All right. All right, so that's that. So we R48 is going to go through R49. That. And then R48. This is just going to be a tricky thing to do. Not seeing where that plugs into. Oh, wow, it's under that. Okay, so it's going to plug into a little spot underneath there. Get these set first. That one in. Put this one in. Let that sit for a minute. All right, we'll let that sit and set up for a minute. And I'm going to do the next. I got more than just the build of this tiger on here. I got some mailbag stuff to do. So I'm going to do a mailbag. I got some stuff in. And we're going to take a look at it. So I got this right here. It's a German engine maintenance crew set from Tamiya or Tamiya, however you want to say it. I got this for a little diorama I'm doing with one of my tanks. I'm going to put it with probably my Berg Panther, which I'm going to talk about later. So it's basically you get some different tools here: a battery, toolbox, a drum. You get a Maybach HL30 engine. You know, you can have it with different air covers and things like that. And it's compatible with all these different kits that they sell. So let's take a look at what we got in here. Got some instructions and some safety. Probably do not suck the plastic. Let your child suck the plastic. And a staple. That's new. I don't buy a lot of Tamiya kits. I bought one Tamiya kit and I gave it to my son to put together. I don't, some people love Tamiya. I just, I don't have an opinion on it. So we get some people and looks like a ladder, a top for the oil drum. Little tool set there looks nice. Guy's holding a wrench. Well, that wrench in his hand looks pretty good. So, it's that sprue, and then this looks like the engine in the crate. So looks like you can close the crate up and just have the engine. There's your different options. I believe these on top would make it a Tiger 1, and these would make it a Tiger 2 or a Panther. If I'm not mistaken, there's a hosing for it. It's the battery. So it's not bad. Everything looks good. I mean, from what I hear from Tamiya, it's all supposed to fit really nice. But that's that. So that's the first mailbag. So we're going to look at this real quick because it's tech tips. Ooh, cut off your sprue. Remove excess plastic, making holes, using different types of cement. Oh, there's more on the back. Test fitting, removing metal plating. Okay. And painting. Look at that. So that's that. And then we have an instruction sheet. So yeah, so with these air cleaners, you get the King Tiger and Panther, and with these air cleaners, you get the Tiger 1, and it's compatible with the Yagged Panther, Panther, King Tiger, the Hunting Tiger, Tiger 1, and the Strum Tiger. So I might talk about that later. Then we have basically how you would assemble it in the crate. Oh, you can actually install it on a Panther. Oh, look at that. You can actually put it on the Panther and actually make the engine part of it. Was not aware of that. I thought this was just a maintenance crew in a box, but it actually is. Like I thought it was an external maintenance crew, but that's cool. You can add it to a Tamiya tank. Actually, show the engine inside the tank. So that is first mailbag, the German tank engine maintenance crew set. Any more information on that? Just ask. So let's see. That's that. So this should be, put that over here. And this should be set up so we can put this part in over here. Should be set up so we can get back to this. Now this has got to roll up here. It's gonna have to go all the way over. And there we go. That wasn't so bad. A little drop of CA or extra thin in there, the quick setting. There. And stop by, say something in the chat. If you have any questions, say hello. Yeah, that good stuff. Okay, so that was that complex piece. Wasn't expecting that. All right, now we're going to put in this unit here. It's going to go in here like this. That's going to go. It's almost a satisfying click. It's hard to get it in there. Got a little gap. Not a fan of that gap. But I think I'm going to have to live with it. Let's fill that gap with Mr. Surfacer. But I'm not painting this. It's just a build review showing how there's any fit issues or things like that. So far, other than some instruction weirdness, I haven't had too many problems with issues. It doesn't seem to go together like the Panthers I've built. I don't know why. It just doesn't seem to click together like the Panthers do. I don't know if the Panthers are TACOMs like bread and butter, and that's mainly what they do, because it does seem like they release a lot of Panther kits. And I've only seen the 3 or 4, maybe 5 King Tiger kits. So, who knows? So, but it's still a nice kit. It's got a lot of details. It's supposed to have real armor thickness and all that stuff. So, let's glue this together. Here we have P15 and 16. Let's see. Does this go together? So, see, there's really not much location there. Just that's how it goes together, I guess. So it'd be location pins on a Panther, I believe. I mean, they do nice things where they blow stuff up in the instructions. It just seems like little things that are weird. All right, so that's that. Put that over there. Now we have the two batteries. Still dusty from the cleanup. Well, the batteries aren't very detailed at all. As you can see, they're just they're not detailed very much. I don't see a lot of detailed batteries in these kits at all. So batteries in tank. So blue. So it all holds together. Okay, so batteries are in. Start marking some of this stuff off. So done this, this. So 8's done. This and this. Put the batteries in. All right, so let's put in P12. It's going to go in this slot right here. It'll break off that little lever. So, if you are watching this later, not live, leave comments below, and if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. If you want links to any of the products I have, let me know. I'll post you a link. This kit's real nice. I'm a big fan of the tack-on kits. Well, see, that goes in the side there, but there's nothing holding it up. It's strange. Let's see if this does anything to support it. That's just weird. Hold that in and glue it. Y'all get to watch glue dry. It's fun. That's the seat kind of glues to the back of that. It's got a pretty detailed interior. It's got a lot of parts that go in it. So put that off. Go ahead and do another mailbag after this sets up. Take a look at another mailbag item. It's another Tamiya, part of the tank diorama kit I'm going to be doing with this Panther A I have. That's getting worked on now. All right, so that's in there. All right, we're going to set that aside and we're going to take a look. Oh, another mailbag item. This is a Tamiya or Tamiya, however you want to say it. Military miniatures. It is 1/35th scale German tank ammo loading crew. So basically, they're loading shells, and it is good. You got spare wheels for a Panther, which is what I'm looking for. Oh, it has a cat, which is cool in its own right. And then you have the building the people, and then you have the crates for the Panther, and you have for the King Tiger, a Panzer IV, or a Tiger 1. So makes 4 of each. So let's see what we have in the bag. More staples. So let's check it out here. Oh, and some decals. Look at that. Tamiya decals. It's got the ammo information on it. The middle ones you can read. I don't know if you can really read those other ones. But let's see here. It looks like we have 2 sprues. So you have 2 cats. That's cool. A lot of stray cats, I guess. So let's see, what does it say? What? Oh, we're gonna look on the box. Okay. So Z2 is the Panther ammo. So this is your Panther ammo here. And this is your Tiger ammo. And 12 is your Panzer IV. And 3 is for your Tiger 1. So for a Panther, you get 1 round in a crate. It seems kind of cheap. So, well, I'll make some stuff with it. It'll be cool. So it'll work. I'm just gonna have some ammo going on there. So I'm gonna clip these decals to this piece of paper. Otherwise they will get lost in the box. So, all right. So that is, hey John, what's going on, man? So that is the military miniatures. That is the second mailbag. We got some more mailbag. I'll do another mailbag. So we have, oh, listen, those are fighting words right there. Like literally like fighting words. It's like the only thing worse you could have said to a Custodes is the Emperor sucks. Then you really would have got whooped. So we got a Tamiya craft file here. It's their plastic modeling file. It's flat, 16 mil wide. It's item number 74058, 2200. So I got this, I wanted to try it. It's got some weight to it. I mean, Doesn't have any flex. So I see a lot of people using files, and I have files. I just wanted a slightly bigger file. So I figured I'd try it. Now I need a piece of plastic to chew up. Let's see here. I seriously don't have a piece of sprue lying around. Kind of a hobbyist am I without a piece of sprue? I'm gonna hog into this A sprue. Oh yeah, that's gonna be nice. That's gonna be nice. All right. I don't have to. I'm not using that on this part. So you want a link to this? I can give you a link to the if you want a link to the file. Um, it's a file. I mean, there's really not a whole lot to say about the file. It's pretty nice. So back to the King Tiger, and we'll do some more mailbag and some interesting stuff. I'm going to go ahead and make up the 2 drive sprockets. You just came in. This is where we're at so far. We got a lot of this lower area done. Now we're going to build up the drive sprockets. I saved you guys all the misery of me cleaning up these parts one by one. I did that off camera before the stream started. But I do have some stuff to clean up with the jeweler's tool that I have a review on. People seem to like to see that. Plus, there's always the chance of you guys getting to watch me put a glue thumbprint and stuff. People always enjoy that. You know, you mentioned Custodes. When they came to Kill Team, I played my first game and I won. Which I played against a shooty AdMech team, and it was tough because Custodes can't shoot. I'm sorry, they just can't shoot at all. But their melee is nasty, but getting them all the way across the board in Kill Team and just taking all the hits. Yeah, most of your guys, if you have storm shields, they have 3-up invulns. So you pretty much in a 2-up save anything other than that. So you got a pretty good chance of getting there. And you got 3 wounds. So no, this is Kill Team. You got 3 wounds to get there. So it's possible, but it takes forever. It takes like 3 rounds to take out a shooty team. And then another game I played, I forgot if they don't have a storm shield, they have a 4-up invuln. And I forgot that the whole game, and I was rolling. Oh, he doesn't have an invuln save. I still won, but I hindered myself. So I'm going to take off these little nibs right here with the jewelry tool, the foot pedal here. Just going to come in here. Take this, put this on there like so. I can control the speed with my foot. These are the torsion bars. Works pretty good. A couple more. Also, there's a slight parting line there, and now it's gone. It's fantastic for parting lines. Just make sure you wipe the tool off. Probably should do this with my optimizer on. I can see. Well, listen, if you stab this into your hand, it's not as bad as you would think. Did that on the last video. Not a live stream, on a video. I definitely quit after that video. So, but I mean, you clean these up. I mean, try to sand these out and keeping them round and all that stuff. Be a pain in the butt. But with this variable speed foot pedal here, just what you see on there is dust. You wipe the dust off and it's all cleaned up. So I know a lot of stuff. If you want to like really carve into something, like I know with plastic glue, place some on each side, let it sit in a little while. It can actually cause a corrosion. Yeah, with Tamiya, it's a capillary glue, so it works by capillary action, where it kind of sucks it into the joint. Now, if I use like Mr. Cement Deluxe here, then it would I would have to do that. But with the extra thin glue, the Tamiya Quickset or the Tamiya extra thin regular, it sucks into the joint, so you don't have to apply the glue first. It here, I'll show you. I'm just gonna glue one of these up real quick. So I don't have to put glue on this and glue it together. Well, yeah, I would, because it's so loose fit. So I'm not going to show you on that part. I don't have a part to show you on now because that's a horrible fit. Another bad thing about this kit, horrible fit on that. So that's that part. So I showed you how I clean those up with a jewelry tool. Here we go. I'll show you with gluing this piece on. So this piece goes on here. It's the Zimmerit for the front. Now, I could rub the Mr. Cement Deluxe all over it, and then stick it on there and do that, but I'm going to show you something a little different. I'm going to put these clamps on it. These are reverse clothespins. If you want to see how that works, let me know. It's not my idea. I got that from somebody else. So I got 3 reverse clothespins on it. And now it's all lined up. So what I'll do is I'll take the extra thin, and hopefully you can see this on camera. If I touch it to that joint, it sucks in. It sucks it right into the joint. Same thing here. If I hold it down and let gravity help me, it'll pull it all into there. Down there, same difference. I can do the same here. So, and then over here. Now, yes, more effectively, the other glue would have worked better on this, but I did have another part to glue together where the glue would suck in. So that's why I'm doing this. So, all right. So that's basically, that's glued now. It's going to glue. I'm going to let it sit for a minute. But that's how the capillary glue works. It's also good for filling, correcting mold, connection lines, and gaps. Yeah, that does work if you squeeze it together and squeeze it. Yeah, I do that a lot. On Warhammer stuff, that's like real good. You could also use sprue goo for that and stuff like that. All right, I'm gonna set those to the side. All right, let's do some more of this mailbag and see what else I had come in. Let's check out what we got here. So we got a package where everything is blacked out, of course. So let us open it up and see what it is. Now, I will tell you, this is from Lots O Models. They tend to have the stuff I need. I use their storefront. And I bet you it's some photo etch of some sort, because they tend to sell a lot of that. Yes, it is. Oh, it is a stencil. So here is an ad with a coupon code you are more than welcome to use. I will not use it. They buy collections, get cash for your stash. Look at that. So lots of models. And here's what we got. We got a Alliance Model Work World War II German camouflage spraying stencil for the Strom Tiger in the Berg Panzer III. Now you're asking yourself, am I building any of those? And the answer is, will be. And I'll show you the kit right now. A buddy of mine knows I like Panthers and King Tigers, and he sent me this. And from what we thought, it was a King Tiger. It was a mortar on a King Tiger, but it's on a Tiger 1, which is fine. I'm not a huge fan of the Tiger 1, but I'll still build it. But if you look at one of the, if you look at this pattern right here, if you look at this pattern right here, is one of the, is the pattern in here. So that's what that is. So got that for that. I'll build that, paint that up for him. Not the best painter, but been doing better on my painting. I got paint to finally come out of my airbrush worth of crap. So that is that item. Hey, Love Minis, how's it going? We're just doing some mailbag right now. We looked at a Tamiya file. 2 miniatures from Tamiya. And then I don't know if you came in for the stencil. And then some stencils for the Strom Tiger I was just talking about. So we also have another mailbag, and unfortunately I know what this is, but some people like me to open stuff. All right, it's a brush. Yes, I did it. I broke down and I bought a Winsor Newton Series 7 brush. I did it. I don't own one, and I hear all the time how fantastic these brushes are. And I did it. I bought one. Actually, I bought 2, I think. Hopefully they're in the next package. So this is a number 1. Let's pop this out of here and take a look at it. I hear so much good things about these. So let's just take a look. Well, it does have a nice tip on it. Come in clear. So that's their number 1. So it comes in a nice 2. I use that for something. So yeah, so I hear, when I was painting minis, everybody was like, get one of these. And I'm like, I like the Games Workshop brushes, but they're getting kind of wore out pretty bad. So I'm like, all right, I'll try these. So I got that size. And then, of course, we have another box that has painting related stuff in it. It has, there we go. So we have ball bearings for my paint. Not my new Mission Models paint, because that has a ball bearing in it, but all my model colors. If you all saw my unboxing of the model color military set, I opened that. These don't have the balls in it, the mixing balls in it. And I have some here but I like to put 2, sometimes 3 in the paint, and the Magnet Baron just sent me this pack of 25. So I didn't have that many left. So I looked around and I got different kinds here. I got these 5/32 because I'm thinking maybe a small one and a big one in there. There's 100 in here, so there's only 70 paints, so I'll have enough. But these are 5/32. These are 3/16. So however that works. And then I also picked up just to see how the Army Painter mixing balls were, which are 5.5 millimeters. So I have enough to do all of my paints. I got like 100 paints, and I got plenty here. So I'm gonna put a couple in each one. Some of them already have some in it. Like I mark mine if it has the paint color on the top. It has a mixing ball in it. But like I said, some of them need 2 because that model color is pretty thick. And then I got a thing of their thinner medium. Man, I use this stuff. I mean, I make my own thinner medium, but it's okay. But this stuff is fantastic. It thins their model color paint and makes it brushable real nice. So I got one of those to have it for thinning paint. And then here's the other 2 brushes I got. Why they were all sent separately, I don't know. It was a 3-pack. So this is a number 2, and this is a 00. So let's take a look at the point on this. Oh, put 2 in the base color and 1 in the air. Yeah, I was thinking the air would maybe need less, but yeah, I thought the air would need more than 1. I don't use a lot of the air. I don't have a lot of air. I have the Game Air set from my miniatures, but they already have all mixing balls. And I just did 1. But I mostly have the model color, and that stuff's thick. But Mission paints, they're about between $3 and $4 at my hobby store, Hobby Town, right down the street. But he gave me a deal if I bought them in bulk. So I think I paid like $275 to $325. It was weird because some paint, like the primer, cost more, and there's some, like these are all MMPs, but some of the ones I have a different number on it. Like this is an MMW, standard rust. This one was more money for some reason. So I bought all the German colors and all the colors for the aircraft I reviewed on the channel for that kit I'm building for a friend of mine with the 4 aircraft. So I've got all the colors, which all the RAF colors and FS colors and RLM colors he paid for. So, but that's that 0 brush right there. So, nice tip on that. It's going to be nice to get some detail. So, a nice workhorse brush on this too. So, nice workhorse on that. That's not bad. So, I'm excited about these brushes. I'm going to have to paint something. But I will show you the finish on those Mission model paints because I sprayed the Berg Panther. A lot of you people will know. Well, it is a good price on Army Painter paints. Wow, that's a really good price on Army Painter. The Berg Panther got stripped. All that stuff I did to it, I stripped it. And this is the reason I stripped it was I painted it too dark. I painted it basically this darker yellow, which is from 44 to 45. And this is a D Panther. And it's an early one. And it was needed to be done in this lighter color, this RAL 7028, which looks darker, but it dries lighter, which is weird, which freaked me out because I thought it was going to be darker, but it dried the right color. But I just sprayed this today. So I sprayed it with their black primer, which is a 2-part primer. You activate it with thinner, and they have their own thinner. They have a thinner here, and then they have a polyurethane mix additive. And you mix the thinner with the primer, and that's it. You don't mix anything else with the primer. Sprayed that on, waited 30 minutes, and then I did the mixing ratio for thinner polyurethane and the paint color I wanted. I think it was 35 drops to 8 and 7. Yeah, 8 of the thinner and 7 of the polyurethane, and it did I think this is one of the nicest finishes I've had on airbrushing. I mean, this really is. I'm super happy about this. So this is gonna come up on Panther Sunday. Remember, Sundays is Panther Sunday. So I ended up putting all the tools on because I'm gonna hand paint those. Also, what came out that I finally figured out how to brush MIG paints, and this is one of their tool colors, wood. So this is the wooden piece that goes on top of the Burnt Panther, and I'm still gonna do some Tamiya dark wash, their panel line stuff, to darken it up. But this is their old wood color. I got it to brush on after dealing with it forever. I'm not happy with MIG paints, brushing or airbrushing. But that's basically these are like $7 a piece, maybe $8, but they're bigger and you only need a little bit. But yeah, these paints, you can get these paints on Amazon. They're not too bad. Are they military colors? The the Army Painter, are they military colors? I don't know if, yeah, I think Army Painter does military stuff. It is Army Painter. I'm not sure. John has a a YouTube channel, and he did an unboxing of Army Painter's complete set. You seriously go check that out. He unboxed an entire set of Army Painter paints. So if you want to know what colors Army Painter has, check out his site. Just click on his name. I think you can click on his name there, and you can go to his channel. But yeah, he has a video on that, and it's very good. I enjoyed it, and I don't even buy Army Painter. His other stuff on his channel is good too. I'm not saying his stuff on his channel is bad, but no, the Army Painter thing's really good. So get that put up there. But the military set, I am ecstatic with this military set from Vallejo Model Color. I just want to see if I can find where I painted here. I painted this. My brush was going real bad, so it didn't turn out too good. This is for the Panther A-Late. So this is what had me decide to get the new brushes, because I didn't like the finish of this. But what I did like was, get some out here, and if they show up on camera, I painted a bunch of little ammo bags in different model color, because I got reference photos where the ammo bags were different colors. So I ended up, that's really not showing up, but I ended up painting them different model color paints, and it worked out pretty well. I used the Army Painter brush for that, actually. The one good brush I have, at least I think so. It's all my bits and pieces for the Panther A. As you can see, it's coming along. It'll be a video. It'll be part of Sunday, Panther Sunday this week. Of course, the Berg Panthers getting some much love. It may not be a paint mule for much longer. So this is what we got, the different. But yeah, I'm definitely putting more than one in the model colors because that stuff's thick. And then these magnetic. See, the Army Painter ones aren't magnetic, but these are. And I'll tell you why the magnet thing is cool. I have this right here is my additive for thinning paint. It's basically matte medium, distilled water, and flow improver. And yeah, no problem, John. You got a good channel, man. And I have 3 ball bearings in there, and if I shake this, they're not going to move. But if I rub the magnet to loosen them up, well, now it's not going to do it. That. When I rub it over the magnet, and then see, now they're all loose. That's what's cool about having the magnet in it. And I just keep that stuck to the side over here. And then it kicks it up. But I don't see myself using that anymore now that I found this thinner medium. This stuff works pretty good. I actually have a like this, but it's 2 inches and it's super powerful, that I have stuck to the table off camera that I can shake the bottle over and it moves stuff. So that's what I have. The Army Painted one sucks. They're not magnetic. I like the magnetic aspect, but these are good quality stainless steel. So, all right. So that is mailbag. That's all the mailbag I have for today. So we'll get back to model building. So where are we at? We are, okay, so we've got F7 glued on. Here's where this gets weird in this book. I'm going to explain this, guys. Okay, this is the King Tiger from TACOM. It's kit number 2047S. It's the head shell turret with Zimmerit, and here's where it gets weird. First, it starts off with, keep out of reach of small children. Children must not be allowed to suck any part. So, first they let you know not to let your kids suck the parts. Okay. And it's got a nice sprue map, but it immediately starts out in step 1, building the tracks and putting them on a completed lower hull. And it has an exclamation point, but there's no definition in here for what the exclamation point means. So this is hilarious in itself right here. I made a custom wash media that's basically the same mix. Yeah, it's about yeah, we can show that. Yeah, that's something. That was pretty good. Yeah, don't let your kids do it though, people. Don't let your kids suck on the parts, and wash them first. That way your paint sticks and you won't get mold release in your mouth. But anyways, it has you immediately putting the tracks on. And the only way to build the tracks with the jig so they sit correct is to put the idler wheel and the drive sprocket onto the jig, build the tracks, that slides off in one piece, and then that whole thing slides on to the Tiger. You have to put it on with the drive sprocket and the idler. Otherwise, your links are going to fall apart. Trust me, it happens. So now in step 4, they have you starting to build the lower hull. And then over here in step 10, they have you gluing on the drive sprocket. And if you do that, you can't make the tracks now. And has you making the drive sprockets in step 10. So I think the layout is just weird. I don't know if that's I don't know. I mean, if you look at their Panthers, here's their Panther book. I mean, it does say suck the part. That's funny. I mean, it basically lays out building the hall and everything's in order of what you need. You got the wheels, not the back wheel. They corrected that. And then, you know, you get through it. And then when you get to the tracks, it has you build the sprockets, build the idlers, and then assemble them to the jig. And it's basically the same type of assembly, just with different tracks. And then they have you put them on again with the idler wheel and the drive sprocket they have to slide on together. Otherwise, you have a lot of issues. And so far, I've been through at least 7 Panther instructions, and they were all fine. They're all like that. There's some issues where you probably shouldn't put a part in until later, just for alignment issues, but nothing like this jumping around in here. This is strange. So yeah, and then this is funny too. This gets me. You have 10, and then you go to 11, and you finally start putting on the wheels. So you think, oh, I got the wheels on, so I can jump the 2 and put the tracks on. No, you still can't do that yet because you have to come over and go a couple more steps. Here we go. You have to put in step 18, you have to put in these rear engine bulkheads so you can slide in the shaft for the idler wheel, which you make on step 19 that you need for step 1 and 2. So I guess after step 18 and you build the idler wheel in 19 and do not glue it on yet, you can put the shaft in. You can start doing the tracks and have them ready to be put on. So now you can build the tracks, pull them off the jig, and get the idler wheel and the drive sprocket out to paint them and weather them, and then weather the tracks separately. But it's best to put them back together on the jig to slide, and then slide it off again, and then put it onto the track. If you guys, I don't know, it doesn't make any sense. So, and then we get into the engine, and basically the insanity stops there. I don't know. I made a whole video on this. I'm not even going to upload it now. So now we have these pieces that are an extremely loose fit. That is like all day loose in there. So that's going to glue crooked, all kinds of crooked. So these are going to have to be glued one at a time and inserted into the hull. So I flip this over. So 32 is A. A is the second one. Well, it doesn't even really matter if they're crooked. You're not going to notice it. As long as you put it in there while the glue's still tacky. And lock it. See, and then there's play in the way it locks in. See, you can see that there's play how it locks in. And if it's anything like the Panther, Let me see here. Here's the jig for the tracks. And on the Panther, in the instructions, it has you basically use this to position. I need this one. Basically uses a jig to position all the hubs are all the wheel axles straight. But I just followed the instructions and I had this glued on there, which should have been glued on later. And then I could have used this jig to do that. Because that's how it works in the Panther. You use a jig and that's how you line them up all straight. It's baffling to me how crisp and thought out the Panthers are. But there's not a whole lot of effort going into the instructions on this King Tiger. Now, I have another King Tiger that is not a special edition, because this is a special edition, and I wonder if the instructions are the same. But I'm going to glue these in at another time, because this stream is already at an hour, so I am going to call it here. Thank you guys for stopping by and joining me on the stream. Videos went up today, a tool review. Also, a Patrons only tool review went on my Patreon page. A link's in the description if you visit that. For the minimum $1 a month, you get access to the tool reviews a week early. And I put at least one up a week, sometimes two, depending on how things go and how many tools I get to have to put up. So thank you guys for joining me. John, love minis. And Rich, thank you so much. You guys have a great day.